I've shared this story some time ago. I thought it was a good time to reshare it now so that you guys remember. I'm sure most of you know who follow my channel that I worked for this company called Quick Electric, which is based in Sharjah, switchgear company. And the reason I got the job was the owner of the company, Gabriel D'Souza. He was very generous, very kind. Kind of had a soft corner for me, and he was under the mistaken assumption that he could groom me and make me a disciplined guy and make me, spiritually close to God. Apparently, he got a eureka moment when he was praying to God, and as per his faith and belief, he felt God was guiding him to tell him, guide this boy and make him something. So he, when I was searching for a job, I obviously sent him my CV. I never thought. I told him I'm not interested in y'all. I know, fuck, if you can just forward it to anyone you knew. And he called me over and offered me a job which nobody would believe. A job offer. What was the job offer? He, even now when I say it, I find it funny to even share it. He would pay me a salary, I think it was 6,000 bucks. Okay, 6,000 dirhams. Okay. Plus, he would give me a paid apartment, a studio, which was near the office. Plus, he would give me a brand new car, which later on became a luxury vehicle, Lexus RX 330. Okay. Plus, he would give me my own office. Plus, he would give me the title of manager for marketing. And now, obviously, Lars, so what are you supposed to do? Here's the funny thing. I was not supposed to do anything. He just said, come to the office. And as per his terms, come to the office. He said, anytime. You can come anytime, leave anytime. Seriously, I'm not joking. I'm telling you honestly. He said, come anytime, go anytime. Just take some interest in the work if you feel like. There's no targets. You don't have any targets at all. Because obviously that was not my line of work, low voltage switchgear. I didn't know anything. Even the spelling, if you'd ask me, I wouldn't know. I never knew. I was not an engineering guy. And then he just said, come, I'll train you. And I said, what if I don't like the job? He's saying you can leave anytime. And obviously, for those of you know, in UAE, you need the visa, right? Without the visa, you cannot work. He's saying, I'll take care of the visa. Don't have to pay anything. And say, what if I don't want to work for you? What if I want to resign? What if I want to leave and go? He's saying, you can take the visa and go. Saying, when it'll expire, you can then move to another company. I'll not put any ban, nothing. You're free to go. So just imagine the guy is ready to pay me a salary and an apartment and a car, no targets, no need to come to the office on time. I don't report to anyone other than him. All he's saying is just give it a try. So tell me, what do you have to lose? Who would say no to this? Tell me. Do you know if a single human being would say no to this? Exactly. So I said, fine. I really thought he was gone mad to want to do this. But I said, what the hell? No problem. Okay, fine. I guess that time it was the boom period. So there was a lot of money and a lot of business and growth in the market, which was true. It is, I'm 45 now. This year talking at the age of 30, 31. Okay. So now, first day I come to the office, I think a little late, 9:30. He doesn't say anything. He gives me a brand new office. And, nice computer, everything. And the office is customized to whichever color I like. Oh, very good. And then next day, he gives me a big car. And before I know it, I'm like, Chal, can be loyal and faithful to him, man. At least let me give him my 100%. So I started to come on time. I started to wear a suit. And then he would tell me what to say. He wanted me to be the spokesperson. So from now, he would say and I would just tell people. And I would sit mostly in his office. Full day I would sit in his So funny when I think about it. It's like I was just sitting there and we would talk, and he would do the work and I would see. Seriously, not joking. My only job was to sit there and see what I can pick up and see, follow his instruction. The maximum work that I did was just rebranding, marketing, changing the image, logo design, this and that. I was a marketing guy. Very soon he started to take me for his meetings. I would go for the meetings with him to meet his clients. He would introduce me, and obviously, he being the owner, he would make me meet the top guys because I was wearing a suit and no tattoos, by the way, that time. So I was meeting the owners, I was meeting the big boys, and very soon he would send me to collect the payments and be the boss, and fine, everything was working fine. And to go introduce the company to consultants and contractors, and so everything was going fine. Now, like they say, if something is too good to be true, it generally is the case. So this also was, I guess, sooner or later, this would just explode on my own face. See, what had happened was because he didn't give me any targets, because there was nothing to do, you become complacent. You come into what they say is a comfort zone. Even if you're getting a salary, even if you have targets, we all go through a comfort zone. For me, specifically, because there was no targets, there was nothing, I by default got into the world of a comfort zone. There's nothing to do, so I would go to Toastmaster meetings and take part in all Toastmaster events. I'd go to Toastmaster functions because I had all the time in the world. I would go meet girls, nothing else to do, right? I would go meet other people. I would kill time. I'd go to the gym whenever I like. I was just having a holiday. And this holiday continued for, I think, nearly 4 or 5 years. Just imagine, salary plus all the benefits. But like they say, every good thing has to come to an end. Well, that was when the, I think, market crash happened. After the, I think, housing bubble, Lehman Brothers, all that, 15 years ago. So what is 2022? So if I take 2022, 2005, say 2007, yes, 2008, the housing bubble market crash. When that happened, obviously people lost their money and so many things. And by the time I also took the step to get married, he basically wanted me to be closer to Jesus. He believed a lot into Christianity and Jesus, and he was a very spiritually very pious man. Every day 5 in the morning for 30 years he was always in the church, 5:30. So I also developed that habit. So he thought he was making me a responsible man. He selected a girl for me to get married because he thought if I'd have a child and wife, I would become more mature. Unfortunately, turned out to be a wrong selection. He felt God had selected that girl. Turned out to be a disaster. She was a good girl, but our relationship was not meant to be. And me, anyway, I was not in that frame of mind. So, one by one, when the plans were not going the way he wanted it, obviously your patience runs out, right? And money was also running out. Market was crashing. Deals were falling through. And so I guess even his generosity started to dry up when he started evaluating me in terms of cost versus benefit. And obviously he started to make one by one, he started to make new rules. Okay, apartment is no longer free, you have to pay for it. Then you must have targets, you must come to the office on time. One by one rules started to come, which was still okay. And obviously he'd give me targets, and he had tried to help me to achieve it, but I didn't have that pressure, I didn't have the fear. And when you don't have fear, you don't give a fuck. Then I think finally, when he started imposing more and more rules, I realized this is not the job that I want. Okay, the salary was fine, the perks were fine, no stress, but this was not the life I wanted. I was more passionate about public speaking, I was more passionate about training, I was more passionate about communicating. That time I didn't know a career on YouTube was even possible. And so I would always go for every session where I could mentor or train or teach, or you know through Toastmasters or all that. I would go for conducting workshops, and I loved that. However, little did I know that there was one was hardly any money in that, and second one is it's not as easy as it sounds. I was looking at it from just training. What I didn't realize was, one is training is as a business, it's different. Training as a trainer is also different, and training as working for a company is totally different. I was not aware of it, but due to lack of guidance, what can you do? You only think passion and freedom and my life, and so lo and behold, I started going around trying to find a job which I could work my passion. Little did I know that that would end up being the biggest mistake, curse and blessing. What had happened was, after searching for months and months as a trainer, finally one of my Toastmaster mentors, his name is Royston Fernandez, he was working for Lobo Management, which is in Dubai World Trade Center. I don't know if they're still there. They're into recruitment. It's a kind of premier company. So I conducted a workshop there, or training, and the owner was very impressed. Mr. Lobo was very impressed. And so he said, Loy, training manager, I think be a good idea to have you on board. So I was very happy with that. And before you know it, he said, Loy, we are thinking of offering you, Royston told me. Royston is a senior manager or director, yeah. Lobo is the owner. So he said, yeah, they're thinking of offering you a job as a marketing or training manager, where you'll conduct trainings and, you'll have a new revenue model. So I said, are you sure? He said, yeah, they are very serious about you joining. No sooner he said that, without even using my brains, which is something I do very often now, I went ahead and told my owner that I've got a job offer and I want to leave. I can tell you the owner was heartbroken. I could see it in his eyes, but he knew that the time had come up for me to leave. And so he said, okay. And he went ahead with the process of cancelling my visa and everything else. And I left the apartment. I said bye-bye. And I moved on to Dubai. Once I moved on to Dubai, I went to one of my friend's place, waiting for the new apartment that I would pay money, my own apartment, because I'd spoken to him salary. And I called Royston and I told him, hey, Royston, I've come to Gardens. I'm just waiting for the official day of joining, and so I can book an apartment and start coming to work. And he said, yeah, let me get back to you. I'll speak to the owner. After half an hour, the call came. He said, Loy, this is exactly his first words, huh? Loy, did they give you anything in writing? The minute he said that, my heart sank. I said, what? Saying, Loy, did they give you anything in writing? I said, Royston, I've been speaking to you all this while. Why will he speak to me directly? And you told me that they're very happy with me. You told me they'll give me the job. And I'm saying, Loy, you're acting like a kid. All of a sudden, he was defensive. Acting like a kid. If nothing is given in writing, there is nothing on the table. Then I told him, but you told me that they offered. Loy, I can tell you anything, but you should use your common sense. And he just... Then I told him, see, Royston, please speak to him. I've already resigned. I left my stable job. I left a place where I was comfortable. He said, okay, I'll check it out. Let me get back to you. And he did, and he told me, no, I'm sorry, Loy. They've decided not to go ahead with this. For them, it's not feasible. Finished. I was fucked. And so, after 6 years of being in a comfort zone, nice salary, easy life, easy house, girls, Toastmasters, awards, trophies, competitions, and hardly any work. Hardly. It's not that I never worked. I did work. I did do like whatever he would tell me to do, which was meetings and this and that. Not that I live like a freeloader sitting at home. In the end, it amounted to nothing. I know there will be plenty of you who will say, yeah, you are stupid. And yes, I totally agree with you. I was stupid. I was lazy. I was taking life for granted. Everything you say, I agree with you. But this is not the purpose of the video. Rather, what I want to tell you is, which I'll maybe if you're interested, I'll continue the next part of this story. You know, for me, the biggest thing was because I kept myself in a comfort zone, because I took life for granted, I never grew. 6 years of my career I wasted. 6 years. However, for me, I don't know, luck was on my side. Why? Because I focused on developing my communication skills. I focused on developing my networking skills. I sat with this CEO, this man with oh, incredible wisdom, business sense. You know, today, whatever hardcore, critical thinking that I have, the logical ability to think, all this is because of him. I'm telling you, all this is because of him. Even though we had a fallout after that, I have to give him credit for this. My ability to think, which is better than an MBA, better than a PhD, better than business people, is all because of him. Because I sat with him 24/7, and to my luck, I got the world's best mentor that money could buy. I got it for free for 5 years, 24/7, almost 10 to 12 hours a day. Because I would speak to him every single day, moment. And because of this foundation, this mentoring, this guidance, critical thinking, communication skills, networking skills, these few things help me survive. Rest everything else, working for the company, branding, marketing, meeting other people, bodybuilding, gym, girls, all the so-called fair weather friends, all that comfort zone was a waste and proved to be a liability. In fact, I'll tell you that in my case, I got lucky that those 6 valuable years, or 5, proved to be my MBA and PhD of life that have made me the Loy Machedo that I am today. Minus the mistakes. If there was any one thing that I could give credit to, the silver lining, it would be the ability to think like a businessman. It's all because of him. The wisdom, the analysis. That's why, I always tell people the power of mentoring, you don't know. You don't know how it will change you. If today I'm no longer having that mindset that was there before. Anyway, I was a rebel. Anyway, I was not a sheep. Anyway, I was one of these crazy guys. If today it is all helping me, it's because of him. I learned so much. Those 5 years were like 50 years of a normal person, But, like I said, the main gist of this video, why I'm sharing this video is just to tell you that, see, listen, if you are in your comfort zone, if you're used to the work you're doing, if you're used to the process, if you're used to the salary has not increased, the colleagues are the same, the place you're working is more than 3 years old, if your skills are the same, if your thinking is the same, if all of this is the same with very small modification, little salary increase, little promotion, then you have not grown. Then you're in your comfort zone, and which is a curse. And it is a curse which you will not realize the implications now. But one day when the time comes, you'll be like, shit, man, I was in my comfort zone. It's like having being a bodybuilder, tough, or an athlete, and you don't train for 1 year. Your muscles become like flabby. Like, for example, right now, this very moment. See how many push-ups you can do. See how many squats you can do. But just be careful, you'll get a cramp. See how fast you can run and see how long you can run. I'm pretty sure in school days you are able to do much more. Maybe even in college days, much more. But if you're not training now, if you have not trained, you'll not be able to do much. Why? Because your muscles have lost the elasticity. The same thing happens with your mind, your brain. Your mind and your character loses elasticity to make decisions, to think, to execute. If you're not tried marketing and selling your skills, your ability becomes weak. You would not know how to market and sell yourself. That is where personal branding is concerned, I'm the best. Because I do this every single day. I don't do your job of, be it sales or engineering or some technical job or finance or logistics. I don't know that. And I can never be better than you in that because you do it every day. But what I do is selling, marketing, communication. And that's where I charge a premium and I earn a premium. Overall, if there was a takeaway message I could give you through this video is, if you're in your comfort zone, it's time to wake up. It's time to get out of it. I'm serious. Don't stay in your comfort zone. You will seriously regret it. Get out as soon as possible and really challenge yourself. Because if you stay in this, you'll only sink deeper and deeper. And the day you are thrown out by the system, it'll be too late for you, too late. And then survival is not going to happen. It's going to be very, very tough. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You agree, disagree. But I can tell you one thing for a fact. The majority of the people are in their comfort zones. Majority. And it is only when either you make a mistake and you're thrown out or the system throws you out. It's only then you'll realize, oh shit, what have I done, man? Fuck, what have I done? Now what do I do? And I'll tell you, if before your 40s, at least it is still, hope and chance. But after 40s, it becomes impossibly hard. And after 50s, game over. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly, whatever it is. And let me know if you want to know more about this story. Comment down below. I read them. This is me signing off. You guys take care.